today we're going to study some more about energy. Y'all have already been talking about energy a little bit. So can somebody give me an example of some types of energy? Lexi?
Solar.
Solar energy, that's right. Angel?
Oh no.
Thermal energy.
Thermal energy?
Heat energy.
Okay, that's good. Okay, so remember as you're watching the video, I want you to look for examples of potential energy and kinetic energy, and we'll talk about it after the video.
The first hill is always the highest. A huge motor is used to pull the cars to the top of this hill. This represents a great deal of potential energy.
In your science journal, on the next clean page, I want you to make a T chart. Paper, make a T on your paper like that. And then on one side, I want you to write the word potential. Energy, and then kinetic energy. Okay, so now that you saw the video, can somebody give me an example of potential energy?
Yeah.
It's going up.
Right. Right, on the right track. When it's going up at the top, it's got potential energy when it's up at the very top. And then as it's starting to go down, what happens?
It changes to
Kinetic
energy.
Right, it changes to kinetic energy, and kinetic energy is energy of motion. That's the one that's energy of motion. And in our lesson today, we're going to do another activity to show examples of kinetic energy and potential energy. We will build a roller coaster. And so I will talk to you about the steps. You're going to have some instructions. We will put the pieces of that foam together to make a roller coaster, and we're going to tape it together with masking tape. And we're going to try different levels. We're going to try 3 different levels. You're going to measure with the measuring, with the meter stick. Is how high does the first hill need to be so the marble will land in the cup? And after we do all the activities, you will write your answer there in a complete sentence. And so first, you will do a prediction for your first attempt. Hey, see in the picture? Look in the picture. You tape the masking tape. Put those 2 together with the masking tape.
Wait. You can
Put it on the bottom. Like on the outside. Yeah, that's true. You can put it on the very edge. Like on the edges.
Yeah, I was gonna
Well,
say
it is
that.
gonna fit. Let me see. You want the giant one or the little one? Little one.
Y'all need to make a loop. Look at the picture.
I told you.
Y'all need to make a loop like they're doing. Wait till Lexi finishes taping the cup. Like a piece, like this way underneath.
Y si nosotros lo
The very first one, do you think it will land in the cup? Okay, right, no then. Okay. And if you want to write anything, right above it, it says observations, predictions, or comments. If you want to write a sentence, you can write a sentence saying, I think it will land, or I think it will not land in the cup. Okay. Okay, so on the chart, the very first attempt, we're supposed to start with a height of 25 to 35 centimeters. 25 centimeters. Okay. Okay, so now let's roll it. Well, first let's predict. Yeah, we were supposed to predict. Do you think the marble will land in the cup? What do y'all think?
I'm not sure.
No?
No.
Okay, y'all think
It's not
no.
high enough.
Okay, so now let's roll it and see what happens.
No.
Okay, so y'all were right. It did not land in the cup. Yeah.
Yes!
Yes!
Okay.
I was too.
Okay, so we just finished doing the roller coaster activity, and you all wrote your predictions, and we recorded the different attempts. We made 3 different attempts, and so can somebody tell me what their first observation or prediction was? Angel, what did you say on your first prediction?
I don't think it will not land on cup.
Okay, so Angel said he did not think it would land in the cup. Lexi, can you tell me in a complete sentence how high the hill needed to be so the marble would land in the cup? What's your sentence?
The hill needs to be 100 centimeters.
And so potential energy, the best way to describe it is called energy of position. So when the cars are stopped at the top, they're in a certain position. So that's the way the marble is. Every time we moved it, it was in a different position. So now when we look at every part of the roller coaster, what part, you know, think about the different parts. We had when you're starting up at the top of the hill, and then when you're going down the hill and you're moving and then you end. Which part of that example is, which part of it is potential energy?
When it's up
Right, when it's up where?
of the hill.
Right. When it's up at the top of the hill, that's potential energy. And then what is kinetic energy when the roller coaster's doing what? What's
Going
kinetic
down.
energy?
Going
Uh,
down,
A missile?
when it's going down.
Right, when it's moving down, that's when it has kinetic energy. And so the whole thing, when you look at the whole roller coaster, when it's up at the top, together with when it goes down, what kind of energy is that?
Mechanical.
Right, it's mechanical energy. First, I want one person to tell me something they learned today. Angel?
I mean that potential energy is safe energy.
You learned that potential energy is safe. Did you say safe?
That safe.
Oh, saved, like stored. I think you're trying to use the word stored.